Hey, Ryan, I just wanted to answer a couple of your questions. If you can actually make lists of questions, it's a lot easier to help you because I can't really understand what you're trying to do. Also, I really would suggest the iConnect Live because the instructor covers all the questions you've been asking. Okay, so I have your image here that I just placed into Illustrator. So you mentioned you couldn't size it. All you need to do to size it, okay, is just select it and then take these handles and drag it. Very, very simple to do that. So just be sure to start playing around with this stuff in Illustrator, and you can move it anywhere you want, because then it's just going to really help you further do the exercises without feeling frustrated or whatever. So the second thing is the thing about adding color, which was also in the iConnect, so be sure to view those. Okay, so I'm opening your layers right here, and I'm going to find where this is by just clicking here. And then I know that it is, I have to make this a little bit smaller. It's in here because it's lit up, right? You can see the blue. So I'm going to scroll down and find out where that layer is. You might want to start grouping some of these too. It makes it a lot easier to organize them and size them. So I have to scroll, 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 trying to find that red sun. There it is right there, right? So, and there's your path. So all I need to do now is see how it's already red, and to change anything you just click here and then you can change it to any color you want. So I zoomed in a little bit. So to change, so in the paintbrush and pencil, you need to adjust the stroke. So this is where the stroke is, and usually the default is black, which means that you have a black brush. But all you need to do is click right here and just select red. And you can also do more, and it's right here too. So if I wanted to change this, I could just click here, double click, and then the color panel will come up. So now I'm in the stroke here, and then I'm in your layer, even though you could add a new layer, and then you just paint, right? You just go in there and you could paint it like this, and that's how a lot of students did, did their assignments. You can just paint. It's kind of rough, but we haven't really done the pen tool that much, so there's, this is kind of cheesy. I mean, if I was taking the class, I'd spend probably about, most students spend about 10 hours on this. 8 to 10 hours, because that's how you really learn. Now again, I can put this underneath that black, so the black overlaps. So I just have to find where that is. I can turn this all off here. And see, now it's like, where did that other red go? So by default, Illustrator has put these new red layers that I can turn on and off, and you can just see what I just did here at the top. So if you want the black underneath it to be on top of it, just drag those layers up. This is why it's really important to try to lock everything that you're not working on. Then you won't have a problem with it. So really what I want is I want to put these layers, and I want to drag these layers down, 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 but you have so many layers here that it's just, it takes a while here, and I hope it works. But yeah, that's why if you start grouping these paths, you're going to be in a lot better shape in the future. It's just hard to edit when you've got all these layers. It also makes it hard for me to grade stuff too. It's just not good workflow. See, I mean, it's like down, 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 down. I'm going to put him here, but I'm going to pause this and still move it, because every time I move something in the video, it's going to be huge. Okay, yeah, every single one of these little dots is on a layer, so that's what's making it pretty cumbersome. So anyway, I've cut them kind of down a little, these three, and you can turn them off. These are these three little marks that I made here with the paintbrush tool. So if you want to shift, you just shift click to select more than one, and basically I'm going to drag them down and put them inside this group right here, right? That has the other red in it, and so now, whoops, I can turn them all off, and there's all the red. So again, now if you want this group to be underneath those lines, all you do, even though I think you have a whole bunch more of layers, so I'm going to have to pause it again, but then you're just going to drag, whoops, you're going to drag that that group with those, the red sun in it underneath the layers. So as you can see here, I put this, I selected that group, which is a sun here, and I dragged it all the way down to the bottom, So the layers at the bottom are behind. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So again, if you wanted to clean this up, you could go in and find this one little part here, with the selection tool. I think it's right there, my little, this little part I drew, and then just erase it. So, that's one way to deal with it. So I hope that answers those. And again, I can select this whole thing here, right? And then if I wanted to change the color, I would just, click in the color and I could change it, just by selecting it. Now it's orange, right? I can send it back to red. Same thing, and that's by just using the fill, by creating a shape. So in terms of some of your other questions, if you go into Google or even YouTube and just put, like I added, how to add color in Illustrator, you will get a lot of really great tutorials. This is a really good one, actually, and usually the top ones are worth looking at. You're always going to get something with Adobe, and it's going to go over exactly what I just talked to you about, how to fill those things. I'm going to go back, and then you can go. If you're, again, how to apply color to an artwork. Click here, and then you're going to have. And these are some of the free ones from lynda.com. And then they're going to go over how to do it. So, and also once you're in YouTube here, you're going to get a bunch of other cool stuff. Then you can also put right up here, how to change color of paintbrush or something. Color of paintbrush Illustrator. And then if you just click it, you're going to get a whole bunch of other tutorials. And the reason why this is encouraged that you do this is because it's one of the most important things in college is learning how to do research for yourself, and especially in the field you're going into. I know you're not going to stay in design, but to be able to problem solve and to be able to do research and figure out, develop some critical thinking skills is really one of the most important things you can learn in college. So this is the reason why when I get questions, I will usually direct the students back to the homework or back to Google or something like that. And again, I'm using Command plus and minus. I can zoom back out on your piece here. So yeah, just really explore. And I know that people do say, of course, it's easier to have somebody right over there showing you how to do that. But online classes are really, you do have to take a lot of initiative to learn some of this stuff on your own. And it's actually better for you in the long run. You're never going to be in a job where somebody's telling you what to do all the time. In fact, employers value research skills and critical thinking skills over almost anything else. So anyway, just some tips on how to do some of this stuff in Illustrator. I can show you more stuff if you ever want to meet in a WebEx room, but again, I only have limited time because I have I have more classes than your class, and I have a lot of students asking questions all the time. So, I have to spread my time out so everyone gets help as well. Okay, so anyway, I hope this helps, and let me know if you have any questions. Just click on the YouTube link to view it. Obviously, I guess you won't get this far if you don't. Okay, have a great day. Okay.